Well guys, I can't believe we actually did it, but here it is, the Nintendo Switch 2. What a crazy journey that was. If you guys didn't see the last video, it is a must-see video. It's one of my, even if it's not my best produced, even if it's not the best video in general, it's my favorite video that I had to make and was a part of in this channel. And honestly, if you saw it, let me know that you watched it and you watched the journey, and it was something very, very special to me, and it was such a great experience to I'm kind of glazing it up, not gonna lie, but like it meant everything to me. And if you were a part of it, thanks for being a part of it. And if you didn't see it yet, go back and watch that video. It was quite the banger. So anyway, I just wanted to put out a quick video about my first initial impressions about the Switch 2. So honestly, so far, I love it. But one thing I would say is that I would chalk it up more as a Switch Pro. I feel like a Switch Pro is a proper title for this thing. It's definitely leaps and bounds better than the original Switch. However, I guess that's yet to be seen. There isn't a lot of games out right now that could test the capabilities of this thing. Obviously, Cyberpunk running on this thing is pretty remarkable at this point, because for that game to be able to run on a Nintendo console is genuinely insane. However, that game was rebuilt from the ground up essentially just to work on here. And to be honest, I mean, yes, going forward, I hope that all the AAA titles could be reworked to work on the Nintendo Switch. However, realistically, when a AAA game is coming out, how common will it be for publishers to go out of their way to make sure it runs on the Switch 2? Now, on the Switch 1, we knew it was an amazing success. It sold 100 million something copies, right? Or it sold 100 million consoles, whatever. We don't know how this thing's gonna sell yet. So I'm a little worried that AAA developers are yes, you'll have your Maddens, you know, you'll have some franchises, key franchises on here. However, I don't think that like a game like Expedition 33, that's a small company. They built that game to work on the Xbox and whatever, but for them to have to make a third potential copy of that game just to work on the Nintendo Switch, especially that's something about the power of a PlayStation 4, that concerns me moving forward in the future. However, what this does mean for Nintendo games is massive. If you think about it, every single first-party Nintendo game, and I'm including Pokemon here, was designed to run on basically a potato up to this point in time. Now, if you gave Nintendo a PS4 when they were working on Scarlet and Violet, that game would look totally different, right? So they now have a portable, I would say PS4 equivalent, right, to work with. So a game like, so a company like Game Freak has a lot more computing power and a lot more to work with there. I'm expecting the next Mario game to be amazing on this thing. However, it's yet to be seen. So that's just something I'm worried about. I'm excited for the new Donkey Kong game. I'm going to try it out. But those are just my first initial overall thoughts of the status of this thing. I want to go over the actual build quality too. So looking at it, I don't know if you could see, it's a matte plasticky texture. If you could hear it. Ready? So basically, it's like the plastic on the Switch 2, but it's got a more, I would say, a more like sand-blasted edge, where it's like a nicer more premium texture. So the overall build quality of it is very, very nice. It is very sturdy. It feels like it was made from a company like Asus or a company like Lenovo, like that makes high-end gaming products, like handheld products. This does feel like it's in that echelon, regardless of power, right? But the overall build quality, amazing. You will not see me complaining about the build quality. However, let's see how this thing holds up, right? When it comes to the screen, obviously downgrading here from the OLED to this. I was playing it in daylight the other day in my car, and I was actually able to see it fine. It's just the beginning of June, and I was playing outside in my car, almost in direct sunlight, and I was able to play Mario Kart just fine. So the screen is not an issue. Obviously, you're missing the inky blacks of an OLED, like all those deep blacks and high contrast or whatever. This does have a high contrast setting too, within the settings, so you could turn that on if you really wanted to. But overall, the build, the screen, everything's nice. The Joy-Cons, It feels like these were made with a more of an intent purpose this time. Like, they're magnets, obviously, a lot more premium feeling than the rail. The rail feels like it's, looking back at it now, it's kind of like, I don't know how to explain it without, obviously when it came out, it was revolutionary, right? But nowadays, looking at it, it's like, maybe it should have been magnets all along. We've always had magnets, right? So, but anyway, I think I really like the Joy-Cons this time around. They're a lot bigger, a lot beefier in the hand. Everything is heavier, more premium quality. Everything is more geared more towards adults, right? Like the original Switch, like is I feel like is the kid version, and then this is the you know, the grown-up version, right? So obviously, overall build quality, gotta say, it's pretty good. So when you get inside this thing, into the nitty gritty, right? When it comes down to the UI, the user interface, very similar to the Switch in that regard. However, you do see a couple of new icons. You do see, and that's it. Basically, the bottom row just looks a little more cleaned up, a little nicer, a little more modern. You do have really good sound design with these. Very beautiful, and each icon has its own custom animated sound. So let me click on settings. Like, and it's a gear icon. It sounds like a gear. That's actually a really nice touch. This is the eShop. Like, it sounds like, you know, like Apple Pay. I don't know. Like, it's a nice touch overall. They definitely put the work in when it comes to this thing, and definitely elevating the experience on the inside as well as the outside. And kind of tying off the user interface, the eShop, much more improved, much snappier. I mean, things just load a lot better. So I don't know if you remember the old eShop, but it didn't look nothing like this, where everything is just there. And you could just scroll and things are there. And I think, let me find a game that supports it. And guess what? You hover over the game, plays the trailer instantly. There's no lag, and this is probably one of the busiest times in the world that the server is going to be, right? Like, everybody's got the Switch 2, or everyone's trying to get the Switch 2, and they're on the eShop, and the servers have held up nice, I gotta say. And you know, in terms of the eShop and the overall online experience, I have no issues so far. And again, kind of tying off the online experience, Mario Kart World runs like a champ online. Servers are fine. I haven't had any issues with the servers. I've been playing Knockout Tour. I've been playing, I actually completed all the circuits at 50cc, so I'm gonna run it back at 100cc. But yeah, this thing is holding up very, very well so far, and I have no complaints. The one thing I do want to test out still is I do want to get the, I have the GameCube app on here, not GameCube. Yeah, the GameCube app on here. I do want to give Wind Waker a try. This is Zelda that I've never played, and I heard it's one of the best one, like Toon Link is best Link, right? But yeah, I mean, like I said, a short little video here. I just wanted to get a quick little video out, just kind of giving my first initial thoughts of this thing. Kind of recapping the last video. I have an unboxing coming out. I recorded it, I just haven't edited it yet. I just kind of want to start pumping these videos out. So again, if you were in the last video, thanks for watching that one. That one means the whole lot to me. Let me know if you want more Switch 2 content. I'm pumping out shorts. I'm trying to do as much content as I can about this to give you guys all the information that you need before you try and buy one. So again, thanks for watching. We finally got one, guys, and yeah, expect a lot more content from me about this bad boy right here. Thanks for watching.